Okay, so the final wine in your calibration session is a Bordeaux. Specifically, it's a Pauillac from the Bordeaux region. So Bordeaux, like many other regions in France, is delimited. It's a large region that is broken up into several others. I can't remember the number offhand, but I believe it's about 60 different appellations within Bordeaux itself. Some of the most famous would be Sauternes, Grave, Pessac-Léognan, Margaux, Pauillac, Saint-Estèphe, Pomerol, Saint-Emilion, for example, are all smaller appellations within the Bordeaux region itself. In our glasses just now we have a Pauillac. Pauillac is in the Haute-Médoc, that is on the left bank of the Gironde, and in this particular part of Bordeaux they specialise in the wines of Cabernet Sauvignon. The vast majority of wines from Bordeaux are blends of Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. On the left bank they favour Cabernet Sauvignon, dominating the blend, over Merlot, whereas on the right bank they favour Merlot, dominating in the blend. Okay, so what we've got in our glass here is a Pauillac. In Pauillac, the wines dominate in Cabernet Sauvignon rather than in Merlot. So there's usually a little bit of Merlot in there as well, but we've got the vast majority of Cabernet Sauvignon in this particular wine. This blend is referred to as the Bordeaux blend, and it's used all over the world in order to make wines, but it's named after Bordeaux, which is the region that originally started using this particular blend of Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. The wines of Bordeaux are very well known for being quite oaky, so you can expect in these wines to find lots of oak, toast, cedar, maybe some vanilla, lots of sweet spice as well perhaps, in order to give the wine some complexity, to give it weight, to build its tannins up a little bit. Bordeaux itself has a moderate climate. It's not particularly warm there. It's getting warmer with climate change, everywhere is, but the wines are usually medium-bodied. Sometimes in some years they're full-bodied. They tend to be quite high in acidity, but they're very high in tannins and usually very deep in colour. Again, a feature of that Cabernet Sauvignon, which has high levels of tannins and has high levels of pigmentation in its skin, which means the wines are very deep in colour. You'll learn more about this as you read through about these wines in your textbook. Because of these wines' high levels of acidity, because of their high levels of tannin, because of their concentrated fruit character from the Cabernet Sauvignon and from the Merlot, these wines are very good at keeping, and they will mature very well in bottle. So you can also expect, not only do you get primary characteristics and secondary characteristics, but you can expect to get a significant amount of tertiary characteristics on the wine as well. We shall see as we taste our way through it. Okay, so the first thing we do, as always, is check the appearance of the wine. This has a medium garnet colour, okay? So there's a little bit of transparency in here, and there is a orangey tinge to the rim, which is garnet. This wine is 10 years old. That's absolutely what we'd expect. It's a 2015 Pauillac from Bordeaux, and we would expect it, therefore, to have that garnet glint to the wine. So we say medium garnet. Okay. On the nose, give the glass a swirl, take a sniff. You should find it pronounced in intensity. This is made from premium quality fruit. Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot blended together, lots of concentration, and therefore pronounced in its concentration. Now, primary fruit characters. So we've got Cabernet and Merlot in here. So, black currant fruit, blackberry, black plum from the Cabernet Sauvignon. We've got a little bit of red fruit, some red plum from the Merlot. We've got secondary characteristics, cedar and toast and sweet spices, cinnamon and nutmeg in particular from the oak. And then we've got tertiary characteristics as well. Leather, there's some wood polish, earthy notes, perhaps a little bit of wet leaf too. Okay, lovely. That's our nose. On the palate, let's taste and see what we think of the palate. Okay, so this wine is dry. It has a medium plus acidity. No, it has a high acidity. So it's dry, it has a high acidity, it has high levels of tannin, it has a full body. It only has, no, it doesn't. It has high alcohol, about 14% ABV, so it has high alcohol as well. Flavour characteristics, let me go in for a second try and we'll consider the flavour characteristics. Okay, flavour characteristics, much as we found on the nose, lots of oak in here, the tertiary notes as well. There's a bit of mushroom coming in now as well from the tertiary characteristics, but it's still got quite a lot of blackcurrant primary fruit characters. There's a little bit of plum in there as well. So whilst the tertiary characteristics are quite evident, we've still got some primary fruit characteristics in there as well. The finish is long. Those flavours are persistent. They're not going away anytime soon. So this has a long finish. Again, considering our criteria, Blick, balance, length, intensity and complexity. The long finish, it's pronounced in aroma, it's pronounced in flavour. It is very complex. We've got all three categories, primary, secondary and tertiary. We've got lots of different clusters in there as well. So there was a lot of flavour complexity in this wine, and it's beautifully balanced. Even though the tannins are high and the alcohol is high and the acidity is high, it's all balanced by the strength, the concentration, the power of those aroma and those flavour characteristics as well. This wine is outstanding in quality. Those tannins and those acidity, remember this fact, it's not so important at level 2, but it's something that you'll definitely use if you go on to level 3. The fact that those tannins are high and that acidity is high and that concentration of fruit is high means that this wine is still suitable for aging, even though it's gone through 10 years of maturation in the bottle already. It will develop further and take on other complexities as well, and it'll be really interesting to watch how this wine evolves over the next 5 to 10 years.